Alright, the new Kagurabachi chapter is out, so let's talk about it. The chapter begins with Chihiro trying to save Char. That's when we see him utter a 10, along with the word black. Of course, the man he's fighting notices that Chihiro used sorcery to break her free. That's when we see our man Shiba save Char. Yeah, he's always there when we need him. Gotta appreciate that. I mean, I guess it makes sense he was outside waiting, so, I'm just really happy to see him show up. But, moving forward. Char then asks Shiba if what Chihiro used was actually sorcery, with Shiba saying that it was. Char says that she wants to do it too, with Shiba saying she could actually do it, but only if she worked like a maniac to do so. So, apparently, anyone can learn sorcery. It requires the use of spirit energy, which is essentially one's life force. It slumbers within every human, so I imagine you'd have to awaken its ability. And it's pretty straightforward, and I actually like that. I suppose that also explains why there's so many sorcerers in Japan. I mean, anyone can learn it. It just takes time and training. But with Chihiro, thanks to the fact that he's using an enchanted blade, it amplifies that spirit energy into a form that a regular person can't contain. Once it's exposed, it takes on a shape, and we're already familiar with Chihiro since his are based on the fish that his dad gave him. The guy Chihiro is fighting here is surprised because he's using his spirit energy to create objects, while Chihiro is actually using the spirit energy itself in the fight. I guess that explains why he keeps creating these explosive Daruma dolls. Honestly, I'm really vibing with the power system. It's like very simple yet effective. You pretty much have people who have spirit energy to fight, but if someone has an enchanted blade, then it's amplified by a ton. That's probably why it's extremely dangerous that these enchanted blades were taken, because anyone can pretty much have an incredible amount of power when they have the blade and their spirit energy mixed together, thus making it, extremely troublesome to have them out there. So that's why Chihiro and Shiba have to get them back as fast as they can, otherwise they're creating a lot of trouble for, basically, not only Japan, but potentially the world. But, yeah, as the fighting continues, this man just starts shouting out how he ended up killing Char's mother and how she's gonna regret looking for help. And I'm like, oh my goodness. That makes me feel bad for Char, because, I just assumed that she was just, a regular orphan. Maybe she was, an orphan her whole life, but it seems like she was an orphan just up till recently. Her mother may have just been murdered, and then she sheltered into the orphanage. And then afterwards, she went searching for anyone that could help her, which obviously leads to the situation now. Poor Char. But then Shiba himself reassures her and says, I don't know what happened, but don't worry. Just sit tight. And Shiba just goated. We knew this already. I love the man. But yeah, the guy just keeps shouting and going crazy, and he throws out more Daruma dolls. But then, that's when we get an amazing panel of Chihiro using his sorcery to fight back. He summons the fish and everything, and he creates this wonderful splash. Can I just take a moment to really appreciate the art, because oh my goodness, this just looks sick. We're 4 chapters in, but Hogazono has really shown that he is an amazing artist, and I'm actually really excited to see how he grows as an artist. He's already so good. Imagine 50, 70, or even 100 chapters from now, it's gonna be insane. And think about all the potential characters we see in a fight. We haven't seen Shiba in action. He's been kind of there helping out, but we haven't really seen him fight. So I'm imagining a really cool panel with him or any other characters we see in the future. Whether they're a villain or a hero, regardless, it's gonna be really sick. And I'm excited. Hogazono is really talented. And this isn't even just the only good panel. The whole chapter itself is filled with a lot of good art. And honestly, I'm a really big fan of it. I really can't wait to see how Hogazono does as the series progresses. But yeah, moving on to this to the chapter itself, Chihiro's like, you know what, that's enough out of you. We'll do the questions later. And then he uses black again, and he tries to slash him. That's when the guy's like, oh, black again? Another flying slash attack. In that case, I'll throw more explosive Daruma dolls. And then Chihiro says, red. Invincible. And I was like, what's going on? Because at first I was a bit confused, and then I started to read more closely, and he's like, The power of red isn't just for defense. It absorbs and seizes ownership. So TLDR, Chihiro used the Daruma dolls against the dude, and they just explode in his face. Then we see Chihiro put away his blade, and then Char's like, Chihiro, that was exceptionally wonderful. You are worthy of protecting me. Then Chihiro's like, I thought you had no money. But then he brings up how he has a goal that really matters to him more than anything else. And going after the guys who are after you will bring me closer to that goal. So, since they share a common interest, he'll protect her. And then Char's like, really? Common interests are excellent. And then Shiba's like, well, I guess we gotta have the kid with us now. And then finally, the chapter ends with Chihiro asking the guy 3 questions. Number 1, who's your boss? Number 2, what do you want with that kid? And number 3, where is the enchanted blade, Cloud Gouger? And of course, the last panel is just a sick close-up of Chihiro's face. But man, what a really good chapter. Like, we moved on to the action and ended it pretty quickly, but I'm not really disappointed about that at all. We learned about the power system. The fight was executed pretty well. And the art was just incredible. Like, having to see Chihiro fight was quite the visual spectacle to me. So, yeah, we're moving along quickly. The fight's done, and now he wants to know who the boss is. He wants to know what exactly Char has or knows that has them so interested in her. Like, I'm interested too. Like, what did she know? I mean, her mother was murdered, so I'm guessing her mother knew something, and maybe she knew something as well? And then she escaped? I'm not sure. But, I mean, it should be something extremely interesting. And, of course, we got the third question about where's the location of the enchanted blade he's looking for, or at least one of them, which is Cloud Gouger. But knowing these types, we probably will either know the answer to all of them next chapter, or he won't reveal anything. Or the boss will probably show up and kill him before he's able to reveal any information. But either way, the plot is going to progress nicely. But yeah, like I said, this is a really good chapter. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with it, and I'm enjoying it more as it goes on. Like, with chapter 1, I was, like, iffy. Like, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't sure how it would go. And now I'm, like, completely invested. Like, I'm really excited to find out where the enchanted blade is, what Char has to do with this guy wanting to hunt after her, and, of course, who's the boss? Who's this, I assume, villainous organization going after these enchanted blade? Of course, there's probably, like, 6 or 7 of them, maybe more, that Chihiro has to go after. So that's going to be, like, really exciting to see, to him go through, like, various different, like, heads of the organization, or bosses or whatever, to him to get the blades back. So this is going to be a really fun adventure. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say about the chapter. Well, what did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys not enjoy it? What's some stuff you're looking forward to? What are your theories about Char or the blades or the bosses that he's after? You know, just feel free to share them in the comments below or to me on Twitter or whatever. You know me, I do my best to respond to everybody. But with that said, that'll do it for me for now. Peace out, and take care, everyone.